Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, November 19th, 2012. This is Thanksgiving week in the United States. Most offices will be closed in the U.S. on Thursday and Friday. There have been a couple of major fires over the weekend. Actually, one occurred this morning. It's ongoing as we speak. It's in the heart of New Delhi, right down at Connaught Street in the center of the government area. A major fire has broken out in the multi-storied Himalaya House. The Himalaya House is approximately 480 feet high. It's at least 15 stories high. The fire has drawn the attention of 32 different fire companies. Apparently nobody has been injured. The building has been completely evacuated. The fire began on the third floor and is spreading upwards at this time. Heavy smoke is blackening the skyline of the city. Meanwhile, in Dubai yesterday, rescue crews evacuated a 34-story residential tower. The tower is called the Jumeirah Lakes Towers. It's part of a cluster of high-rise apartment buildings in the southern edge of Dubai. Residents, many of them Westerners, were wearing pajamas and clutching passports yesterday morning down on the ground floor. Meanwhile, pieces of fiery debris were falling from the facade of the building. The blaze is likely to add for greater calls for fire safety and evacuation planning in Dubai, where hundreds of thousands of people live in high-rise buildings. In June, hundreds of residents were evacuated safely, fortunately, from a 76-story building. And last November, firefighters in the northern part of Dubai struggled for hours to bring a 25-story tower fire under control. They did not have equipment which reached high enough to get to the floors that were on fire. The United Arab Emirates is considering bans on flammable panels in high-rise buildings. That would be a good idea. One of the reinsurance broking industry's titans, Graham Millwater, is returning to the business. He's coming back as president and CEO of Beach Capital Holdings. Beach is a reinsurance broker based in Toronto, founded in the late 80s by Jonathan Beach, who is now going to move up to be the chairman. Millwater is stepping down as Willis Group president officially on January 1st of this year, and he's going to start the next day with Beach. In a statement, Mr. Beach himself said that Millwater has unrivaled global experience and is uniquely suited to continue this development, i.e. the development of Beach. According to well-placed sources, Beach sees the opportunity to scale up and fill a void in the reinsurance broking space that was left with the acquisition of Benfield back in 2008 by Aon. That left the only premium, sophisticated, and independent reinsurance broker, now part of Aon. China's new leader, Xi Jinping, has warned this morning that officials must fight corruption or risk ruining the country. These are pretty strong words coming from him. Quote, "The number of facts tell us that if the problem of corruption becomes increasingly severe, it will lead to the ruin of the party and the country." Unfortunately, Mr. Xi then went into a lengthy discussion on the importance of the party's theoretical foundations in Marxism and Leninism, and said that leaders had to be mindful, however, of the practical realities of running the country. Meanwhile, trying to implement those theoretical underpinnings. Good for him. Good luck. At least 5 people have been killed in Nairobi this morning. This is in a Somali-dominated part of the Kenyan capital. The blast in the Eastleigh neighborhood was probably caused by an explosive device. According to reporters on the scene, last week there were 2 IED attacks in this neighborhood. So the Kenyans are on high alert for that. Meanwhile, in the northern part of Africa and over to the east a little bit, the situation in the Middle East is flaring up. The Israelis and the Gazans continue to exchange rocket fire, and the Israelis are massing troops on the Gazan border. A report released over the weekend indicated that there have been more than 44 million hacking attempts, cyber attacks, made on the Israeli government website system since the Gaza uprisings began almost a week ago. And right now, on a whirlwind trip throughout Asia, President Obama is in Cambodia. He's there for a Asia-Pacific meeting, mainly to talk about the Chinese-Japanese flap on those islands. In the past 3 days, Mr. Obama was received euphorically in Myanmar, where he met yesterday with Aung San Suu Kyi at her home, and the previous day he arrived in Bangkok. He'll be back in the United States late Wednesday night in time to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.